I'm not even going to start on a hold screen. I'm not even gonna. Just me, and I am Knuff. We don't use Knuff enough. Like after the Barbie movie came out and everybody was saying, I am Knuff, 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 I felt like it would stick in vocabulary, popular vocabulary for the people. But why'd we stop saying it? Like Knuff should be forever. And I am Knuff. I'm also just enough. We're gonna tell myself that these days. Welcome back to Live at the Roxy with your girl, Roxy. I can, in fact, put up my lower third though. There we go. There she is. Yay. All right. We have so much to go over because I have not been here, which has been happening, and I just have to be easy on myself about that. But there's a lot to talk about, and I have a lot going on, and there's a lot going on in the world, and there's also a lot going on in entertainment. And on this show, we talk about whatever the fuck you guys want to talk about and whatever I want to talk about because Live at the Roxy. But also, usually that breaks down into three main categories. Four main categories. Me, you, world stuff, and entertainment. And that's just kind of what we talk about on the show. So we've got things in every category tonight. And I want to know what's going on with you guys. So streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer, super chat in, questions, comments, concerns, bits, bots, thoughts, and twats, etc., 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 etc. What movie is King and I, right? I think I told you guys that last time. But somebody check me before you wreck me. It's like, that didn't even make sense, Rox. I will say this. I don't know that my brain is firing on all cylinders anymore. And I have a guess that yours isn't either. Because when we are super overwhelmed with the state of the world and our jobs and the economy and work and surviving and war and all of the things, we are too inundated to actually process things. Or at least I'll speak for myself. I am. And then speaking for you guys, I bet that's happening to some of you guys too. So I feel as if sometimes I'm a wee bit, I don't know how to phrase this. Hopefully this is PC. I don't know how. I'm sometimes a little bit slow. Like I'm a little slower. I'm slower to my words. I'm slower to figure out my feelings. I'm slower to process. I'm slower to acknowledge. I'm slower to respond. I'm slower to, it's just, sometimes it's just taking a beat. So if that's happening to you right now, then I feel you, because life's tough. Wear a helmet, and I've been trying, but the store seems to be all out of fucking helmets. So that. All right, I'm going to log in my Streamlabs and we're going to see what's going on with you guys. But I'm also going to tell you a little bit about what we're talking about tonight. Definitely television. I've been watching a lot of TV, as I know you guys have too. I finally binged the entire, or what is out there so far, of the, see, this is the slowness I'm talking about. What the fuck was it called? Jury Duty Company Retreat. The new Jury Duty. I'm on episode 5. So happy that show's out right now. I just need things that make me smile. That is one of them. The Comeback has returned. Rooster, I didn't watch tonight's, but that show's been amazing. The Pit has been amazing. Paradise has been amazing. The Scrubs reboot has been amazing. I mean, there is just peak TV right now. So we will be talking television. And then we'll also be talking about me. Because why have your own show if you don't use it for therapy, you know? And also so that I can teach you guys things. I don't want to say that like pretentiously, but things that I've had to learn on my journey, because I learned from you guys, you learn from me. That's the whole fucking point. One of those things is about building my booty. I shall talk about that. And one of those things is about freezing my eggs. I should talk about that. Those are two opposite ends of the spectrum. So, but we'll talk about them. Anyway, that is my plan, Stan. anyway, that's what I sound like tonight. Okay, guys. What would you do if I did a whole show like this? Would you still love me? Would you love me if I was a worm? Would you? And then whatever questions, comments, concerns you guys have, I'm happy to answer or talk about. So, yeah. Let's start in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. I'm printed on Roxy with the first Streamlabs of the day. Thank you. Team Stryer, where have you been? I haven't seen you stream in forever. I know it has been 2 weeks. Dos semanas. Still up on my Duolingo. So, man, oh man. All right, where have I been? Let's start there. I have been working a lot of hours for Real Rejects. You guys have seen me on Christian Harloff's show. You've seen me on DJ Woldridge's show, Only Stupid Answers. So those are where I've been working. I had 5 auditions in the last 2 weeks. So I've been auditioning. Unfortunately, yesterday I got a call that I didn't book 2 different things, which sucks. But of course happens, and it's nice to even be called. But I've been auditioning, which is good. To be auditioning is really good. Part of the job. And then I have been still writing with Steph. We're still working on our script. And I have been doing stuff for Katie Sackhoff's podcast. And that's where I've been work-wise. And then life-wise, on top of those things, I have been with my Grammy every day. Today, 3 of my besties, Ashley, Lauren, and Sarah. Sarah, you guys might know if you're back from the original Popcorn Talk days. She hosted a show called Box Office Breakdown with Finstock and JT. And Sarah and I have been like this since freshman year of college. Ashley, I hosted the Tomorrow Show with, and so same with Lauren. And we became close through AfterBuzz. And so they're all 3 like this with me, and they all are close with Grammy and love Grammy. And in 2 days is the 1-year anniversary of the passing of Popo. So Grammy has been feeling really down. And so we decided to go over to Grammy's today and play Clue. So I got lunch for everybody and made like a whole spread, and I got Clue, and we all played, and we were there for like 3 hours, and it was so nice. And so I've been trying to do more things like that for Grammy. We've had a lot of doctor's appointments recently, a lot of Grammy time. So that's what I've been doing partially. I have barely been seeing my man. I'm trying to, but it's just difficult to build it in. But sometimes, especially at night, we'll try to at least like lay next to each other and go to bed, at least like see each other at the end of the day. And tomorrow I've got another event for Apple for Stick. So yeah, that's kind of a bit about where I've been. That's a little bit about where I've been. And I have been building my booty and working on freezing my eggs. So what do those things mean? Well, let's talk about it. Thank you for the question. Imprinted on Roxy, my guy, Lloyd. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer or super chat in. But Streamlabs is always preferred because the creator gets more of the finances. All right. Yeah. So questions, comments, concerns. And then would you guys rather me start by talking about television, or would you rather me start by talking about what's been going on with me? So by a show of people in the chat, because you run the show, do you want TV first or do you want Roxy first? No judgment. Either answer, totally fine. When we're talking about television, I've got Jury Duty, Company Retreat, The Comeback, Ted, which I caught up on. Been watching Drops of God, Scrubs, Rooster. I finished Love Story, Paradise, The Pit. I love everybody answering. TV Time, Roxy News, and Sam just says, I don't know. Sam, that's what I'm talking about, girl. And samesies, we're like, and I'm not saying you're not processing things, but that is so me these days. Where like people will be like, okay, here's the choice. Like, it's just a simple question. Either one of these, it's not that big of a deal, whatever you choose. What do you want? Apples or grapes? And I sit there and I hear it and I said, I don't know. I just don't fucking know anymore. Like, I'm just not capable of answering questions anymore. Just like, I don't know. I've made so many decisions by the time I'm at the end of the day. I don't fucking know. Just ask me nothing. I don't know. Like, we'll sit and I'll try to figure out what show I'm watching. And Kyle will, and understandably, it's my career. So he'll be like, oh, what should we watch? And I'm like, I don't know. I just, fuck, I don't know. Like, just nothing. Anyway, more TV came first. So let's get to TV first, and then we will get to Roxy Life updates. Yeah, Sam, I know. I'm laughing too because I don't know. Don't fucking ask me because I don't be knowing. So I don't know. Everybody else processing everything. TV, Roxy News, TV, do this and then that. Me and Sam, IDK. It's like, you guys remember that commercial? IDK, my BFF Joe. IDK. All right. So the people have spoken, the people who are still fully processing, or at least in this moment, and they have said TV, and therefore we will start with TV. Yeah, it's so amazing to like, it is a wild time where we're talking about the death of the entertainment industry and are people going to go out to theaters and AI taking over, and all that is very scary and very real. But we have some of the best television we've ever had ever on right now. Like, I just named the fact that currently The Pit, Paradise, Drops of God, which many of you aren't watching, but it's such an amazing show from Apple. Whether you loved it or hate it, Love Story, like it, Ryan Murphy cranks out these shows. Rooster, The Comeback, Ted, Jury Duty, Company Retreat. There's just so many shows. Shrinking, Abbott Elementary. Like, I'm just watching some top tier TV right now, and it's really nice to see. So I did just binge Jury Duty, Company Retreat. Have any of you guys watched this? I feel like they didn't do that much advertising for it. And so I didn't even realize Jury Duty. I knew Jury Duty was coming out in the second season, but I didn't know that it had dropped. And by the time I went to watch it, there was already 5 episodes out. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah. So I watched all 5 of them because it's the easiest show ever to binge. I will say that it's not as enticing as the first season, because the first season had James Marsden, and it made sense to have him because he was on Jury Duty. Like, he was part of Jury Duty. But Jury Duty, Company Retreat is still really good. For those of you guys who don't know, the premise of the show in this season is that there's this company that's going on a company retreat, and there's a new temp who is there to be an assistant. But the catch is, this isn't a real company, and everybody there is a paid actor to pretend like they're in this company, except for one person who thinks this is all real. So it's basically like one big, like, got you on a person. It's almost like Punked, but for the full season. It's this guy's actual life, and they claim like they're making a documentary about the company or whatever, and that's why there's cameras there, but it's really a TV show. And he's so great, and it is so fun to watch. But this season clearly knows the success of season 1. So it's like, it knows that its shit doesn't stink. I will say, though, I will say, Rock, stop repeating your fucking self. I will say, I think the show is so fun and is so worth watching. So even though I like it a tad bit less than the first season, it's still excellent, and it's such unique television. Yeah. So I really am loving Jury Duty, Company Retreat. Seems like those of you who watch it are liking it too. So let me know. And let me know what you guys are watching, and give me Rex, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer, or super chat in. The Comeback, I've only seen 1 episode so far of this season. I think there only has been 1 episode. Is there another one tonight? The Comeback, it seems like a Sunday show. Episode guide. But I watched the original season. The Comeback. Oh yeah, there's another one tonight. I haven't watched tonight's, but I watched season 1 and 2. And you guys know season 1 aired in 2005. Season 2 aired in 2000 and I think season 2 aired in 2014. Yeah, and season 3 this year. So they're like 10 years apart from each other every season, which is wild. Lisa Kudrow is an underrated actress. I know that sounds crazy because everybody knows Lisa Kudrow is amazing, but it's lame that she isn't recognized as the comedic genius that she is. Valerie Cherish is so different than Phoebe, and she has really created these two incredibly iconic characters. Not to mention so many other roles that she's played, but this show she carries, and it's incredible. They are dealing with AI this season. In the first episode, we find out that she has been cast on a show that is entirely written by AI. And this show, The Comeback, is written so well and so smartly. I could never, but it's excellent. If you haven't watched it from the beginning, though, I don't know that it would land the same way. So I think you kind of have to go back and start it. But yeah, they had season 1 in 2005, then 2014, then 2026. So, and this is supposed to be the final season, but it's really cool to have watched the character's journey. It's like mwah, chef's kiss. Let's go into Super Chat and Streamlabs. Shout out to Andrew Thomas. Happy Sunday, the most beautiful Roxy. I don't feel that way right now, but thank you. Excited for Spider Noir show with Nick Cage this May. Yeah, I'm excited for that too. I like the trailer. Are you guys going to watch it in color or black and white? That is the question. It's so weird that that's on Amazon. It just feels so fucking random. My lips have been so dry recently. I keep putting on this like lip mask because holy shit. Fake Lloyd in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. Thank you for your second Streamlabs of the day. You're the only Streamlabser of the day with 2 of them in. You to shit. Are the Shejecks going to react to the Scary Movie franchise? Team, clap your hands. Unfortunately, I've seen the Scary Movies. I know somebody is for the Rejects. Have they not started putting those out yet? It might be Tara. I don't remember, honestly. There's 2 people, but I've seen them. I love the Scary movies. Take my strong hand, child. Not a good impression, Rox, but not my worst impression. Good question. Hopefully, whoever's reacting to it does it for you. Not all of them are great, but I'm really excited for this next one. I feel like it's been a minute. Who's watching Rooster? This is the Steve Carell show. It's kind of taking a minute. I didn't watch tonight's, but it's taking a minute. It took a minute for me to be like, no, I really like the show. At first, I was kind of like, it's just easy watching. But there's something about Steve Carell that just is so, and I know this isn't a hot take, but enticing. You root for him, like whatever character he is, from 40-year-old virgin to this. And he says dumb things and he makes stupid choices, but he does a really good job. I think last episode, I believe that I saw that it was directed by Zach Braff, which makes sense because Bill Lawrence is the showrunner of this. He's the creator of this. So obviously they work together on Scrubs. And Zach Braff is a successful director. So, but that's kind of cool if he did do it. I think I saw that. Yeah, Leonard, I'm with you. Rooster's getting gradually better for me too. It's like at first I was kind of just like, I'll watch this, and now I'm kind of invested in it. So I'm excited to watch tonight's episode. I will watch it tonight, and I'll look forward to it in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. Thank you for your support in here, Mike. Whatever, actually, Mike _whatever. And Mike, is that like Mike whatever, or is it Mike whatever? Do you guys ever do loser, double loser, as if, whatever, free willy, choo, get the picture, duh. And then there's more. Infected, disconnected, slimy piece of trash. Jerk, major, freak of nature. I don't like your smell. You smell bad. Woo! I don't know why, but at camp we used to do that. Anyway, Mike said, currently watching Scrubs and can't believe they recapture the vibe of the original. I recently realized that Bill Lawrence is responsible for a lot of my favorite shows over the last 20 years. Yeah, Bill Lawrence is the best. And same with Kristen Miller. I think that Scrubs is crushing it. Like, it seamlessly jumped into this reboot, and it just feels like more of the show that we loved. But let me ask you this, because I feel torn. I mean, I guess spoilers for this. I don't want. It's not like one of those shows where it's really crazy spoilers, but I guess Spoilers for the Scrubs reboot. I'll say it like this. The characters that aren't together anymore, do you wish that they were together, or are you glad that they're apart? I mean, probably people could guess who I'm talking about, but do you like what they've done with that? I'm such a lover of love that it's kind of hard to see that, but whatever. I agree with Mike that it needs more Janitor and Dr. Cox, but it is so good. It is so good. And I enjoy it. Yeah, man, I always love Scrubs, and it's nice to it feels comforting to have it back on our screens. And that's kind of how I feel about the comeback also. The fact that in 2026 we have the comeback and Scrubs on my screen. Mwah! Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, TV gods, for listening to me. Oh yeah, you wish they were still together. Man, I do too. And I get why plot-wise, but they got to get back together, right? Right? Like, how could we just not? No one pronounces my last name correctly, so I stopped caring. Oh. Okay, is your last name Mahaffey? Mahaffey? I'm sure I butchered it. Sorry if I did, but Mike, whatever. That's iconic. You were like, I don't even care. That goes in the me and Sam camp of, I don't know. Mike, whatever. My last name, whatever. It's just whatever. That's hysterical. Mahaffey, I nailed it. Ah. All right. Queen shit. Let's go. Thank you. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Send in questions, comments, concerns as we continue talking about television. And then we will get to my life. That was like me doing my wife, but my life. It's not my best. Drops of God. I'm still binging right now. But if you're looking for a show that not everybody's watching, this is a foreign language show that is 1/3 in Japanese, 1/3 in French, and 1/3 in English. I couldn't think of the word for English, so that tells you where my mind is right now. What's that language that I speak? Oh boy, guys. And the premise of the show, just to pitch it to you guys, because a lot of people don't know it. This guy who had the biggest wine collection in the world, so worth hundreds of millions of dollars of wine, he passes away, and he sets up a competition for his daughter and his best student. Whoever wins the competition gets to inherit his hundreds of millions of dollars of wine, so his fortune. And that's the premise of the show. So they travel, and he is French, and his best student is Japanese, and they all, and the French and the Japanese don't speak French or Japanese, but they speak English. So that's why it's the 3 languages. It's really good. It's a drama. It's like, ooh, what's going to happen here? Yeah, I really like it. So if you haven't seen it yet, I do recommend it. I haven't finished season 2 yet. I have a few episodes left. Season 1 was really solid. What's weird about season 2 though, going into it, is that season 1, it could have been a complete show, because by the end of season 1, you solve the question of the inheritance, or like, I don't want to give any spoilers, but like that part's done. So I was like, what the fuck is season 2 going to be? And they introduced a new way to do season 2, but it's not as powerful as season 1 right now. But season 1 was amazing, and season 2 is still very good. And I'm excited to see where season 2 goes. So definitely recommend that one if you're looking for something a little bit more obscure, especially because Apple doesn't seem to push it that hard. But I think that they should. Let's talk about the finale of Love Story. This seems to be kind of a controversial show. I'm just going to come out and say it. I thought Love Story was fine. I tend to like Ryan Murphy's shows. You got to give him credit where credit's due. Man makes hits like beyond. I would pay millions of dollars to be on a Ryan Murphy show. LOL if I had millions of dollars, but like I would love to be on one of his shows. This show is fine. And there's people who absolutely loved it, like Greg Alba. And then there's people who absolutely hated it, like Coy Jandreau. I thought Love Story was fine. It's I watched that show with my man, and he seemed to like it a little better than I did, and I did like it. It was so it's hard to watch a couple fight all the time. It's frustrating. Like you're kind of like, wait, what are you guys fighting about this time? It gets a little annoying. So while I thought that the actors were amazing, and I really like learning about the Kennedys, I'm from Massachusetts. I've spent a lot of time learning about the Kennedys, and but I don't hear as much about JFK Jr. and Carolyn Bessette. So I was interested in their love story and what happened, although I hear that it's completely fabricated for this, but I was interested in it. And then I watched it, and every episode is them fighting and and I don't want to be famous. I don't want the paparazzi. I don't want you did this, you're not here from whatever. And we all know how it ends because we all know what happens to Carolyn Bessette, her sister Lauren, and JFK Jr. So I didn't even really want to get that invested in them as a couple. Yeah. So I would say if you are watching 120 shows a year like I do, Love Story is worth your time. If you watch about 5 to 10 shows a year, skip this one. It's super duper not the best show of the year. It's fine. Totally serviceable show. Although Greg would say otherwise. Greg Alba loved this. He watched this with his wife. He said that they loved it. To each their own, I suppose. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Leonard Kim says, some shows have gone under the radar. Vladimir, Monarch, Legacy of Monsters. No one talks about it. I don't know why. I feel like people talk about it, and Apple did a huge push and had that big drone show for it. Young Sherlock, Imperfect Woman. I still haven't watched that yet, but I will. And Bait. Love Overboard is a nice Bachelorette replacement for me. Please catch up on One Piece. Rolling on the floor laughing. I'm 10 minutes into episode 5 of One Piece right now. There was a new character who was just introduced, the chef character, this blonde guy. I like him. But so far, One Piece has been lackluster for me. I like it. I suppose I like One Piece as much as I like Love Story. It's okay. I'm not attached to anybody right now. I'm not attached to any storyline. What did I text Christian after watching the next 2 episodes, which I promised I would do, and we didn't even win the week. So now I'm putting in all this extra work, and I'm not even getting the fucking bonus money on his show, which I'm so sad about. I'm putting in hours extra, and I didn't even win the fucking week. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't even worry about it. But you guys know if you watch Christian show. But this was my text to him. I said, I felt the same about 3 and 4 that I did about 1 and 2. Feels like a school play. In the best moments, reminds me of the TV show Once Upon a Time, which you guys know I loved. In its worst moments, I'm having a hard time getting through. Also found the blonde girl storyline to be super predictable. That's the girl who was sick, but not actually sick. And not into the flashbacks. I like the costumes. So far. But, maybe... But I like the chef character, so I don't know. Maybe. You guys tell me. Will I like it more? I'm again 10 minutes into episode 5. Leonard, you named a lot of shows in your thing, though, that I am very interested in. I'm super interested in Imperfect Woman, so I'm going to watch that. And I need a Bachelor replacement right now, so Love Overboard sounds like it could be in my future. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Well, let's go, Lloyd. 2026 Lloyd says, no disrespect to Michael B. Jordan. I'm going to let you finish, Roxy. But Roxy had the greatest Best Actor performance in Wildcat of all time. Team Stryer. Lloyd, no one does it better than you. 2026 Lloyd in the house. 2026 Lloyd calls himself fake Lloyd imprinted on Roxy Lloyd, but 2026 Lloyd's the greatest Lloyd that Lloyd's ever been. And he's just going to go up from here. 2027 Lloyd will be even better. Hell yeah. Appreciate you. All right. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Continue to send in your questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, all of that. Let's see. We talked about Scrubs. We talked about Drops of God, The Comeback, Jury Duty, Retreat, Rooster, Ted. Ted is one of those shows. I fucking love Ted. I love Ted because I can put it on and not judge. First of all the Boston stuff is fucking hysterical to me. And second of all, I can put it on and not judge myself for the things I laugh at. Like the characters are so conservative and PC, but that's the conservative and not PC, but that's the point. Ted just makes me actually laugh out loud and it's egregious. And I'm like, fuck it, I love this show. And I'm so glad to have a show like that where it's just so short. It's so easy. It's a fucking talking bear. It's a swearing, potty mouth family talking bear show that just it's the best to watch. It actually seems to be performing very well for Real Rejects also. Oh, I'm loving watching Interview with the Vampire, but I'm only on season 2, so I can't talk about that here yet. But I'm watching that for Real Rejects. If you're not watching us, watch that. Greg and I are having a great time doing that. Okay, let's talk about Paradise. I think this show is a juggernaut. I don't get why more people aren't talking about Paradise like they're talking about The Pit. Now, I understand that the Paradise is more dramatic and over the top, and The Pit is more like grounded drama. But man, I think Paradise is bee's knees, top notch, A+. I'm emotionally invested. It makes sense that it's the same creator as This Is Us. My heart is going out to so many people. By the end of every episode, I feel like it's a full transformation. They do a great job with their arc episode by episode. The characters I really care about, and so many of them. Whatever that guy's name is, who was also in Tell Me Lies, who's super cute. He's a fucking star. He's a star. What's that guy's name? One of you guys will tell me. Yeah, Britt. Paradise has been cooking. Like, I think that this season's better than last season. Paradise is just, it should be nominated for Best Drama at the Emmys. It is so, so good. It's so good. It's excellent. Loving Paradise. I think it's must-watch TV. And it does air a little soapy at times. So if you don't like shows that go a little soapy or are emotionally manipulative a little bit, then you're not going to like it. But if you can deal with that, it's so good. So good. So good. In the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer, Mike Joyce says, I think you mentioned that you were going to a Bruce Springsteen concert in a couple weeks. Who are you going with? And are there any more concerts you may go to this year? Yeah, luckily I got tickets when they went on sale, so I'm not paying an arm and a leg. Now I see that they are an arm and a leg. I bought 2 tickets. I don't know who I am going with. I called my sister and said, the second ticket's yours if you can come out here, but she doesn't think she can come out here. I don't want to air too much of Kyle's tea, but Kyle lost a family member and has to fly home. But he thinks he will be back here in time, but is not sure. If he is back here in time, I'll go with him probably. Otherwise, I will ask one of my friends. The thing about it is that Bruce is such a big deal to me. I need to go with somebody who's a fan. And it's actually not even in a couple of weeks. Let's see. It's coming right the fuck up. It's in a week and a half. So that's, yeah, I'm not exactly sure yet. It'll probably be a last minute call. It would be nice if Kyle's able to go with me. Again, first slot went to my sister because Bruce, but I love Bruce Springsteen so much. And you guys, for those of you guys who've been following me a long time, you guys know that the last thing I did with my mom is we went to a Bruce Springsteen concert. My mom traveled around the world to see Bruce. She went to over 50 of his shows. And when I was 6 months old, she left me in a hot ass car to go say hi to Bruce. She she is obsessed with Bruce. He's from Jersey. She's from Jersey. She saw him everywhere. And I was the only sibling of mine to get to go see Bruce with my mom. And she passed shortly after. It was like the last thing she was able to do out of the house. I remember it was very difficult, the concert, but she did it. And it was like it's one of the greatest days of my life. And we saw him at the Boston Garden. And then Only last year when he went and played Gillette Stadium in Massachusetts again, I flew home and my brother, sister, myself, my brother's wife, and I went to, so it must have been 2 years ago because they didn't have a baby at the time. We went to go see him together, and it was a really beautiful moment. There was like crazy stuff that happened at that show. But anyway, Bruce means everything to me. So I'm just excited to go, and we'll see who I go with. Good memory, by the way, Mike, that was coming up. And thanks for the question. RQMDSMD in the house. Hi, Roxy, just sending some support. Got here late. Thank you so much, RQMDSMD. I definitely need the support, love the support, want the support, and we'll be talking more about support when I get to the me portion of the show. But we are not there yet, so we shall continue talking television right now. I mentioned that I think Paradise should be talked about in conversation with The Pit, which means that I need to talk about The Pit. Holy shit. First of all, the show is so good, and it's really hard to have a sophomore season that's as good as their freshman season, and I think it is, if not as good, it's very close. My friend, or somebody I'm friendly with, Brandon, plays Donnie on the show. I don't know if I've told you guys that, but he is amazing, and he's had so much more screen time this year, and I've been so proud of him. And yeah, he's just awesome. So that's really fun too. On top of that, I am very invested in the storylines that are on this season, and especially in regards to the ICE storyline. I think that they're handling very well. Also, Brittany Young, who you guys know was on my Schmodown team. If you guys don't remember her, she was in the show Glow, and she's amazingly talented. And she is the one who her parents don't want to go into the elderly home. And Brittany is doing amazing on the show also. So it's been fun to have a couple. Oh yeah, and recently she was in Paradise. Thank you, Sam. So having Brittany, who I always adored working with, she's so lovely. Having Brittany on it and having Brandon on it, it's very cool to. I just feel like in the know, and it's been nice. Yeah. And the tensions are clearly building on the show. So I think that they're doing a great job. I get why the show has won every award. It deserves all of them. The tension between what's the lead charge nurse's name and Dr. Robbie is so palpable. And it's like, we're building what the fuck is gonna happen here. Yeah. Whoa. It's just like, ooh. So loving that. Loving the show. Okay. Let's go into the super chat. Shout out to Aisel. Thank you so much for the support. I'd say if episode 5 of One Piece doesn't click with you, it's safe to move on from it. For what it's worth, episodes 3 and 2 are 2 of the weakest in the show. Oh, okay. For episode 3 and 4, the 2 of the weakest in the show. Okay. So far, I'm kind of into episode 5. So, oh yeah, her name's Dana. Thank you guys. Thank you for that, for letting me know. I'm hoping it clicks with me because everybody says season 2 is better than season 1. So I want to get on board of the One Piece love. And I do like the actors. Yeah, I just gotta open my heart, my mind to it, because so far it's meh. But apparently people say the fandom is amazing. Christian does. Like Greg told me I was going to hate it. Christian told me I was going to love it. So I don't know. I'm getting conflicting thoughts. All right. Let's move on. I think that's all the TV I was going to talk about today. Oh, Shrinking. I really love how this season of Shrinking is really dealing with the aftermath, and every season does, but of losing somebody who is such a center to your world, like at every stage of life. So like after the passing of her mom or his wife or her best friend, that it doesn't just go away. So like every new milestone, like if you're going to college, or for him, if you start dating or whatever, that it does impact everything. And I think that they're doing a great job with that. Plus, I just think that this is one of the best ensembles on TV. There's not one character that when we're on them that I don't like die hard care about. I feel just so strongly that this show is, when I watch it, I feel like connected in my soul to it. So I love Shrinking, not to mention watching the work that Harrison Ford is doing is incredible. Jessica Williams, incredible. Krista Miller, incredible. Jason Segel, incredible. I mean, Michael Urie, incredible. The cast, I already said, the cast is just, it's insane. And yeah, it's cool to see this How I Met Your Mother reunion. I'm loving that too. Do I want to call her Robin every single time she's on screen? Yeah, duh. But it's really, yeah, it's been great. Without you guys chiming in, if you guys do chime in, then I can talk about other TV. But I think that's the list of TV I was going to talk about. How do we feel in the chat about me moving on to Me, Myself, and I? Some Roxy. Let me know. Send in questions or comments or anything about yourself. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Yeah, Colby's doing such amazing work in Shrinking, and her relationship with her ex-husband in the show and the kid. It's a lot of fun. All right. As I wait for you guys' response to come in, shout out to the people who have sent in Streamlabs so far. Fake Lloyd imprinted on Roxy in 2026 Lloyd, aka all Lloyd. Mike Whatever, and Mike Joyce, who's not Mike Whatever, he's Mike Joyce, and our QMDSMD. Thank you guys for those Streamlabs so far. And in our super chat, thank you to Andrew Thomas and ASOL. Appreciate you guys. All right. Yes, Roxy stuff is fine. Okay, cool. Thanks, team. So I'm going to start with building my booty because it's going to take about 2 minutes to talk about, and then we can move on. I decided I would like to have an ass for the first time in my life. So that's something that a revelation I have come to recently. It's a weird thing to say out loud, but this is how I hold myself accountable. I have heard that you can build a booty in the gym, and you guys know I've been doing a lot of Pilates and all this stuff, but I would like to have a butt. And I don't have a butt. It's not there, but it's not a booty. So I have just decided I want that. So I went to my two friends who have big booties that are like nice and toned booties, Jess Lucero and Steph Sabra. And I was like, how I build a booty. And they were like, here's how you build a booty. So they gave me a bunch of exercises to do. So for the last few weeks, I have been in the gym focused on booty 2 to 3 times a week. And I'm intending to do this until I build a booty. And so far, I think it might be starting to work. So I pick like 4 to 5 exercises at a time and I do it. And I don't know if you guys know this because I didn't know that like it was one of the areas you can build. Like I kind of always have focused on a full body, but I want a butt. And you literally can like build that shit. So I've been doing squats and then Bulgarian split squats or reverse lunges, and then RDLs, and sometimes single leg RDLs and hip thrusts. And these are all things you can YouTube videos on, which is so cool that we have the internet now to do that. And what's the one that I'm missing right now? Anyway, it's been a lot of fun to really concentrate on one thing. So I'm letting you guys know because at some point, I forgot to take a beginning progress pic, but I'm sure I have them somewhere. At some point, I will be sharing my booty. Not full booty, but partial booty. And I'm very excited for this journey. The journey is going to have to take a screeching halt because of something, but then it will pick back up. I'll tell you about all that. The other thing that building a booty requires is me to be eating a lot, which is fun. You got to get in your protein. You got to get in your fiber. You got to get in your carbs. So I've been eating and I'm going to build a booty. And yeah, I'm like amped on it. So I've been going to the gym a lot. And also, yeah, I do leg press and what's it called? The machine like this abductor, whatever it is. So that's my little booty update, and soon to be a big booty update. I don't need it to be like a huge butt. I would like that, but I don't think my little booty can handle that. But like a nice butt. And let me tell you something. I've been at this for a bit. And the other day, and nobody knew I'd been at this. I'm telling you guys. Only Jess and Steph have known I've been at this. So the other day I was at Grammy's, and one of her caretakers, Mariana, was there. And Mariana knows me very well. She sees me every day for the last several years. And she said, Roxy, your butt's looking so good and perky. I said, oh, thank you. I've been trying to lift that shit. She said, I think it's working. And I was like, oh, I'm beyond happy because I've been trying to tone it through Pilates, but with Pilates, you're never going to build it. It's not going to get bigger. It's just going to get toned. Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, Becky, look at her butt. That's what I want. I want a butt. So yeah, I just texted a picture of my butt with my shorts on, my tight leggings, to Jess Lucero. And I said, I'm sending you a picture of my butt. And yeah, it's guys, so far so good. I'll keep you posted. Maybe I'll do a tutorial at some point, but I can't do a tutorial until I actually have a booty. So I'll literally tell when we talk about life updates, some of them are so serious. And I was like, all right, I'm going to tell them about my butt journey right now. Because we got to focus on things that are in our control. And there's so much in the world right now that's not in our control. And you guys know I really want to be able to lift my luggage over my head. You can't see my arm right now, but I've been really like working on, it doesn't look big right now, but I've been working on my arm muscles. I've been working on my core. And next, just got to nail the booty. Maybe I shouldn't say it like that, and so when I started doing my squats and my Bulgarian split squats and my whatever, I was using 20 pounds, and now I've worked my way up to 35, which I know may sound big for some people and small for others. But for me, I'm like, holy shit, I've gone up 15 pounds. It's a lot. Thank you, Britt. Everybody wish me luck in my booty journey. All right. So now that I've talked about my butt, like all good people do on the internet, all respectable people. If you have any butt tips, I guess not any butt tips, but building booty tips, feel free to share. Thank you for all the good luck on my booty journey. Thank you guys for understanding. Let me tell you about the journey I actually need more of your luck on. Yeah, I still need booty luck. This next journey, I've been kind of poking at telling you guys things, but you're going to hear me start to talk about it a lot. So I want to prepare you guys and also talk about what I'm looking for from you, and also talk about what might be interesting to some people and might be relevant to other people and might not be for some of you guys. And if it's not interesting to you or relevant to you, or you have no interest in this journey or in how it affects me, I totally get it. It's not entertainment related, but it is going to be a big portion of my next month. So let's talk about it. I'm talking about my egg freezing. So, okay, let's go back for a second. I went to get a full body scan at Corviva last year. Jess Lucero and I went in, and when I was talking, I got all my results and everything looked healthy. However, one of the things on there was that I had a limited number of follicles. Follicles are what are inside you that produce an egg. So as you get older, you have less and less follicles. And for some people, their follicles stay in high numbers until they're in their mid 40s. For other people, they lessen earlier, and it's based on genetics, age, stress, health conditions, etc. I had a small number of follicles, and the doctor pointed that out to me and said, are you interested in having biological kids? And I was like, at the time, I was like, I'm single, I'm career focused, I definitely am not capable of having kids right now, but I don't know who my partner is going to be. I don't know what my life's going to look like. If I have the money and resources and the help and whatever, yeah, one day I would like to have kids. And essentially they were like, you need to look into this now then, because you have a limited amount of follicles and that number will continue to drop. And I had less follicles than an average person my age. Now, I think that that's partially because, again, genetics, stress, a million different things, but I've spent time blaming myself and all of that, and that's useless. There's nothing I can do about that. So I went to my gynecologist. When I went to my gynecologist, they do a secondary test to confirm how many follicles you have during a different cycle of yours, because there's a different amount every cycle, but it's relatively the same. And they confirmed that that was accurate. And so then I started going about this egg freezing journey. So what you don't know when you go about this, there's several things with this. Number one, insurance covers $0 of freezing your eggs. They deem it to be an elective surgery. So even though it's necessary for me if I ever plan on having kids, because I do not have cancer and I'm not currently going through IVF, which means I'm combining an egg with a sperm to make an embryo to currently have kids, because I'm not doing those things, they don't deem this to be something that they are willing to pay for. So they pay $0. When I say $0, I literally mean like even when I undergo surgery with anesthesia, they still don't pay for that. So the average cycle for somebody ends up costing about $25,000. And for my follicles and for what I'm at, if I would like enough eggs to potentially have 2 kids, I will need to do 2 to 3 rounds of this. Those are just kind of the facts based on me. I'm sharing a lot of personal stuff with you guys right now, but I'm going to be doing this a lot on my social media. So I'm just starting to talk about it openly so that I get more comfortable with it, because I feel like a lot of shame and embarrassment around the subject. And that's because people don't talk about it. And I didn't fucking have any idea that like one follicle can only produce 1 egg. I thought like, oh, okay, if you have X amount of follicles, you could have X amount, like way more eggs, but that's not the case. So these numbers all sound like a lot, but it's extremely expensive. Luckily, I have found a company, which I'll tell you guys a little bit more about, who is going to be sponsoring my first round of IVF. Sorry, not of IVF, of egg freezing. What they're not allowed to pay for legally is any of the medication that comes with that. So the medications that I have to take, like they will sponsor the actual surgery, but they can't sponsor the anesthesia and they can't sponsor the hormone injections that I'm going to be taking. So I have to pay for that, which is going to be between $6,000 to $10,000, which is so much fucking money. I'm just being honest with you guys. That's what it is. If this goes well, they will potentially sponsor a second round for me. So I really need these posts to perform. I'm going to be posting like 10 times for them for this. And I'm excited about that because I get to share my journey with people. But I'm worried about it because I really need them to sponsor a second round, because that amount of money, I don't even know how I'm going to do it, but I think I'm going to take out a small loan. And once again, insurance doesn't cover $1 of this. They will not cover $1 of this. So I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do yet. However, I feel very grateful that they're sponsoring 1 round. And if everything performs well, they potentially will do my second round. So I'm going to be posting and I'm going to be really looking to you guys, even if you don't fucking care about this stuff. Watch it. Maybe you'll learn something. Maybe it'll be helpful for a friend of yours. Maybe it'll be helpful for you. Maybe it'll be whatever. Like, save it. Whatever you can do to be like supporting it. I'm super duper grateful. Maybe you are really interested in this. Maybe it is something you're thinking about. There's also all different programs now, like through Costco and other places that do help combat the high prices of this medication. So I'm still looking into all of my options for payments on my end. But I'm really scared. I'm going through this. It's going to be the first time I've ever undergone anesthesia and had a surgery. For 2 weeks before it, I'm going to be injecting myself with hormones, a lot of hormones every day. And it's overwhelming. It's a lot to process. It's making me really feel like I've always felt pretty young. I'm feeling like, holy shit, like I'm losing the ability to do something. And then that's what's going on. So, number one, the more I stream, the more you guys watch. If you're able to Streamlabs or Super Chat, but if not, just the views, the more I post about it, the likes, the comments, all of that would be super duper helpful. And I'm really grateful for anybody who comes with me on this journey because I already feel really alone on it. And it'd be nice to have some support. And so I had my first doctor's appointment last week, and I am going to be having my next appointment this coming week. And then things kind of spiral and happen really quickly. Yeah, again, it's nerve-wracking. It's exciting. I'll tell you guys more about this company. They have been amazing. Why I chose this company specifically is there was a couple other I was debating going with, but this company, because luckily I had some options, but this company immediately looked at me as a person, not like a stat. And they got on the phone with me and they heard about my story and my journey. And I told them about, I went to Corviva and then I did this. And I don't think I want kids until I'm at least 40 because, I'm already 34 and I just don't see that in my journey now. But I want the options. And, they like really listened to me. And I was super duper grateful for that I was a person to them, not a number. Because it's overwhelming when you feel like, holy shit, I'm just like a medical number. So that's been a lot of where I am too. I went into my gynecologist 12 times in the last 2 months, which doesn't sound like a lot of times, but is a fucking ton of times. I've been poked and prodded. Now I have to do another round of testing, essentially like to make sure that if I ended up ultimately needing a surrogate or something, if I was not able to carry, that I don't have any diseases that I could pass on to somebody else. So it's a lot of blood tests. It's a lot of probes. I've been going super early in the morning and then have to go to work. And it's like, sometimes I don't get good news. Sometimes my follicle numbers down, some not whatever. And I've just been like pushing through. So it's been a lot. I don't have a lot of friends who have done this. As you guys know, all my friends from home have 2-3 kids. None of them ever did IVF or egg freezing. My friends out here haven't done it. So I have one cousin who did it and one friend who I didn't even have her phone number. But when I posted my close friends. I was like, has anybody done this? And she was willing to send me a couple messages about information about hers and all of that. So I want to be a resource for people because this is fucking hard and overwhelming. And also, like, maybe you're a guy who is able to help out with your partner doing this, or maybe you are somebody who has a sibling who wants to do this, or a cousin, or maybe you personally are thinking about it and you're wondering whatever. And I think that the best first step, and then I'll leave it there, is to just go in and see what your options are, because most places will offer very inexpensive or free consultations. And like just seeing what is available to you is very smart. So anyway, here I am. That's what I'm doing. And that's what a lot of this month will be, is me in the next few weeks starting to get on these injections. And before that, I'm already taking medication that I had to buy. So this thing called CoQ10 and a prenatal. And I'm on a Mediterranean diet. And for the weeks that I'm doing it, I'm actually not allowed to work out at all. They want no disruption to your pelvic bone, or to your pelvis in general, pelvic region. So yeah, Steve told me that Kathy Kelly got it. I haven't talked to her about it at all. I haven't been talking to her recently. We just are both busy, but I might ask her something. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm curious about her journey too, but anyway, that is that. So I just wanted to give you guys the heads up and appreciate any support in advance. Yeah, much love to you guys. And I'm going to be getting out of here because we've been here for an hour and I talked about all the TV and then I told you about my butt and then I told you about my journey. So when you can support streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer super chat. When you can't support financially, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. I'm so grateful for you guys and for letting me feel safe in this community that we've built talking about this kind of stuff because it's overwhelming. I know I've said that a few times, but anyway, thank you guys for being awesome about this and nobody saying anything like weird. You guys didn't even say anything weird when I told you I wanted to build a big butt. So much support to you and so much love to you guys. All right. Well, stay safe, stay sane. Put down the toilet seat and lid. We don't want those flumes. Don't trend with the Holocaust. Justice for all of the people who have lost their lives due to excessive force. My body, my choice. Wherever you are in the rainbow, we love you. We stand with the women of Iran, some of the bravest people we've ever seen. Golden Sparkle for someone himself. Crazy times. Do something that is for you that you can control. Like build your butt. You know, why not? When in doubt, build it out. Words to live by. Later, rock stars.